Some of our issue is you're not dealing with them in doses. You talking, it's nothing wrong with talking with them, but you're talking too long. It's nothing wrong with being around them, but you're around them too long. You're taking it too far. You can only handle it in doses. So what do I do with my lots? See, because Lot's not a stranger. We're talking about toxic people, and they strangers. It's like, well, I'll never talk to you again. That's easy. But what happens when there's a lot? When there's history. When there's affection. When I can't just ghost you. When we go to Thanksgiving at the same place. What do I do? Pastor, I've been managing toxic behavior on my own, but how does the Bible inform what I should actually do? 4 steps I'm gonna give you and we're out of here. Here it is, number 1, I see this with Abraham. The first thing I gotta be willing to do is have a conversation. Listen to this, because in the text we read, Abraham initiates a conversation with Lot, saying we gotta do something about this. Because the conversation gives the people an opportunity to get a revelation of how their behavior is impacting you. Listen to me. What most people do when they're trying to have a corrective conversation or a revelatory conversation, I need you to get a revelation of what this is like for me. Because you don't have 318 trained men. So you don't know what it's like to gather them up together. You got some herds, so you think you got the herds I got. Abraham like, this not the same. I got some herd too. Yours couldn't protect you. I had to come help you. We're not carrying the same. Got it? So some people assume they understand your reality and they don't. So what a conversation does is speaking the truth in love. Is communicating to them, this is how that behavior impacts me. I had to stop what I'm doing. And this is what I was doing. I had to stop that. I had to stop it this long. And I had to go and ask men to leave their wife and children to come help me, help you. And they love me, but they don't know you like that. It's a conversation. Why? Because I don't want to make the assumption that they won't repent or make a U-turn once they get a revelation. Did you hear what I just said? So I got to speak the truth in love because I need to give God an opportunity to use what I expose to them to inspire them to change their behavior. Y'all hear me? Now, I'm not making excuses for anybody's insensitivity, but you need to know, nobody can know the pressure of your seat if they're not sitting in it. Nobody. They can empathize, they can't even sympathize. So there's got to be a conversation. Say, hey, this is the behavior. This is how that behavior is impacting me. And what this conversation does is really, really important. I want you to see something in 2 Corinthians chapter number 10. And the writer says this. He says, this is Paul, Paul says, and we will be ready to punish every act of disobedience once your obedience is complete. See, this conversation gives them an opportunity to make adjustments. It gives you an opportunity to grow from having it. But it gives God an opportunity to bless you because of it. So if they're not stewarding you biblically, then that's disobedience. But God can't deal with their disobedience, the text, until your obedience is fulfilled. So you're like, why isn't God dealing with them? Because God's like, you hadn't obeyed me. You ain't had the conversation. They wrong for doing it. And God's like, you're wrong for holding it and not saying anything. So y'all both need grace. So you want me to get them. I got to get you too. If I get to getting, I got to get both of y'all. He says, I cannot punish an act of disobedience until your obedience is fulfilled. Y'all all right? Conversation. This is important now because remember, the conversation gives them an opportunity to grow from hearing it. It gives you an opportunity to grow from having it. Because these conversations require you addressing emotional snipers. And those are the emotional issues you can't see. You can't see a sniper. So if it's an issue you know about, that's not a sniper. The sniper is the one you don't know about. And sometimes having these conversations helps overcome those snipers. Fear, rejection, people pleasing, hypersensitivity. So even if they don't grow from hearing it, you grow from having it. That's if we want to deal with it the King's way. That's right. All right, number two, okay, if I held a conversation and I explained to you the setting, the behavior, and the impact, and you still don't make an adjustment, now you force me to the second step. That's limitation. That means now I set boundaries and I deal with you in doses. And I determine the dosage. When I start feeling side effects from my association with you, that's too much of a dose. Y'all aren't talking to me. Some of our issue is you're not dealing with them in doses. You talking, it's nothing wrong with talking with them, but you're talking too long. It's nothing wrong with being around them, but you're around them too long. You're taking it too far. You can only handle it in doses. I got to go. And if I'm dealing with you in doses, and that's not working, now I go to the third step, which is separation. Watch this. Why, y'all, they got excited. Yes, Pastor. You could have skipped the first two. That's the one I want. Separation. This is when you suspend interaction for a period of time for the purpose of deciding whether or not the relationship is worth salvaging. And you need the separation to sober you emotionally so that you're not making a decision when you're intoxicated by emotions. So you use the separation to sober yourself emotionally. So now you can objectively evaluate the situation and say, now let me be honest. Is this even worth fixing? Y'all not talking to me here. Now, you're not making a judgment on their worth because everybody's equally valuable in the eyes of God, but everyone doesn't add equal value to you. So you got to ask yourself honestly. See, Henry Cloud in his book, Never Go Back, says this. He gives like 10 reasons for never going back. And here's one of the first ones. I'll never forget this one. He said, never go back if the reason you left is still there. Play, Tario. I got one. I got to go to Morehouse. Here it is. Never go back if the reason you left is still there. Separation. Let me suspend interaction so I can sober myself emotionally to decide whether or not this is even worth fighting for. What am I fighting for? And then, if at separation, I don't see fruit. Now, I'm not even going to, let me bother this just a little bit. During separation, it's okay to ask yourself two questions. One, is it healthy to? Then number two, do I want to? Do I want to? What are my wants telling me? It's not, do I want to do the work? Do I want to apologize? That's different. But no, but actually, am I in a season where I want what comes with them? Not just do I want them, do I want what come with them? And if in that season, I realize, okay, it's not best for us to continue. Here's the mentality you gotta have. In the kingdom, God does not have to hurt somebody to help me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have to block your blessing to give me one. He doesn't have to make things worse for you to make it better for me. In the kingdom, there is no, when it's done King's way, there is no exploitation. So what's best for the relationship, come on, Abraham, what's best for you is what's best for Lot. Lot just don't know it yet. And so that's that last one. That is elimination. That is the termination of that relationship. It is the releasing of them into God's next. It is not waiting for somebody else to get a revelation that this no longer serves us. It is taking the initiative to say, in this season of my life, this person doesn't serve me well. And this was Abram's family. Because in the Bible, I'm not going to bother. In the Bible teaches that your honor, you should always honor, but intimacy is based on character, not last name. Now, you can live that way and call yourself a Christian, but that's not the Christian way to live. Yes, sir. It's family, there should be honor. Honor because of last name. Intimacy because of fruit. Love freely given. Access is earned. It's earned by the safety of your character. And if you don't get that, then some family members will have you feeling bad about doing the right thing because they feel entitled to access. No, you're entitled to honor. You're entitled to love, but they're not entitled to access. The only people that get access are people that demonstrate fruit that says safety. And sometimes there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother.